Hey guys, Lashana Tova, for those of you who are Jewish. I decided to finish my hammered dulcimer and I'm having a lot of problems with it. So yeah, sucks. It's really hard. It's really hard. I don't know. I feel like I don't like the colors that I did the bridge and stuff with. And I've gone through so much colors now that I don't want to. Hey, Dulcidora, how are you? What we've got here. This is basically the project so far. And I do have bridges and stuff over there, but I'm really thinking of stripping them down and starting fresh with a whole different finish on this project. So what I had in mind isn't what's happening here on this project. And I don't know what to say. We're going to do that now. It gives me anxiety. So here we go. We're going to do it anyway. I'm starting to get used to it, but all right. I'm brand new at using a drill, guys, so. You have to hold it at a 5-degree angle and just go, It's hard. I don't know what that was. I didn't like that feeling of that. I didn't drill. I'm going to drill the holes now. So, some of the holes I drilled. Oh, God, I hate using the drill so bad. So scary. I don't like the loud noise. I don't. Who the hell is calling me right now? So annoying. Hold on, guys. What? No, I have that appointment at 6. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, bye. Whew. Okay. Just letting people know. Hey, Astral. Yeah. Never mind. Ooh. Okay. I don't know why that one wasn't working good. But try again. There we go. We're almost on this side. Yay. Holy cow. Finally. Oh boy. I don't like using power tools. They're so scary. Kathy's afraid. She's like, Cassie could die at any moment. Oh, it is scary. I don't like it. Okay. Why did it do that? What the heck? Now I'm really screwed. Did you see tools over here, Kathy?
The hammer.
No, there was like. How did that happen?
There was a hammer and
there was like a thing. It was like a wrench thing here.
Yeah, up here, this one.
Yeah. Okay. Nope. I think they're good. I don't know how it came out. Thank you. So I'm just gonna try to see if I can unplug it and then that's what I do. If I and I don't know how it does that. Why it did that. Okay, hold on. There we go. I'm just gonna make sure it's in there good. So scary. I don't like doing this. Oh. Just have a where to go. I mean, it's like This keeps going and going. Like, it doesn't stop. Like, I don't know how many of these stupid holes do I have to drill. Oh, God. I need some wood glue. I don't know. I give up. Ugh. Yeah, I'm almost like having a hard time doing this, like a lot. I almost want to go back to like the workshop place and have the guy do it for me. It just gives me a lot of anxiety. I don't like the noise. I don't know. Something about it. I just don't like it at all. I'm like stressed out. I'm gonna stop for a minute. Because I'm like almost shaking at this point. I just don't like doing it. It's like, to me, like using a drill or using something potentially very dangerous. It's like you do it because you like the end result, not because, I don't know. To me, it's sucks. I hate it. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, it's gonna break. Like, literally. All right, so this is where we're at. I did all these here, and I just have this. I still have these rows here, and I have the other side to do. And nobody said that I had to do it fast or that I had to, if like I have sensory issues and I get nervous using tools I've never been taught how to use, then I can take a break. I come back to it later. So I'm going to take a break. And will it get done? Yes. It's just a matter of me taking a break because I just don't feel confident, I guess. And I just don't really like the way it feels. So, yeah. Sucks. So I'm just, yeah, I don't know. So I'm just, Now, this is, I'm going to show you guys quickly what we've got so far. Hold on. So I wanted to do like a pink fairy hammer dulcimer. So this is kind of, I'll show you kind of what it's going to look like. And I don't really, I'm having kind of a hard time with it. So, all right. So let's just look at what we've got. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And I'm going to be super honest. I do not like the colors I've chosen. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And I'm going to be super honest. I do not like the colors I've chosen. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And I'm going to be super honest. I do not like the colors I've chosen. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going to just say it straight up. And, you know, I'm going I'll be damned if I continue on this path because I'm supposed to have this instrument for a good long while throughout my lessons and everything like that. And in my mind, I'm looking at it and I am extremely dissatisfied with what I see here. So, I wanted to do it pink because pink's my favorite color, but it does not look good pink. Okay. So, in person, it just like contrasts in a way that is not good. So now in my mind, I'm thinking of a dark stain on the wood on the bottom, like a darker stain, like to contrast with the wood burning. Okay. And a polyurethane for the top. I'm not even going to go with a color, I don't think. I'm just going to go with like a different kind of stain. Unfortunately, I already stained this color. So I'm just going to go ahead. Can I show you? Sure, I can. So, cherry wood stain, I'll check into it. I don't want it to be too red, but something dark to pick up the images that are on the top, like these. I'm not gonna. I mean, did I want to stand out? Did I want something different? Yes, but if it's not working, then there's nothing. I'm not going to continue to ruin something. Like this is the second. It doesn't look bad. Isn't quite what I'm going for. So we're gonna I'm gonna go ahead and for the majority of my day, I'm going to sand these down, and we're just gonna start over with what do I do? Like I'm definitely gonna have to go and get more stain today, and it better be good. So yeah, that's all. The other idea was to do something earthy, like an earthy color, but really, the more I look at it, the more it is different enough to have wood burning on here. I really do not need, I remember with stain, brush on, wipe off fast, and then you control the darkness of it. Yeah, I did not know I was going to end up, I have 3 different stains I was going to try with this. And then I put it together and this is the color wood on the top. And I was like, yikes, that does not match at all. It doesn't match. So we have to redo it. These are cute, but they're not, it's not going to look like an amazing work of art if I continue on this vein. So I'm going to take the walk of shame and start sanding this for the second or third time and start putting my thinking cap on as to what would make this really, really shine. Because where we're at now, I'm very disappointed. I think we're on the right track, but it's not the end of the world because I can fix this stuff. I don't know what to do with these if, for instance, I'm not able to get all the stain out and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm trying not to go there right now and just like assume that it won't be that bad. It will be fine, I'm sure. So remember, I gotta go. I have to get ready for the day. But that's what we're doing. These are all fairies, and if you're wondering why there's like 3 different fairies like that, it's because these tracks go in the middle like that. Like these hold up the wires and stuff, and then you have these here like this. No, I should have moved that butterfly over a little better, but hey, what are you gonna do? And then that's the way it's supposed to be. And can you picture it with these being a dark stain to complement the images? That would be better. Sometimes the id in me says, go for the fun. And then the adult in me says, that does not look fun. That looks like a hot mess. You really need to tone it down, because if you're going to be considered a professional in the future, not just a professional, but even like taken seriously as a student, it's really important to, at least have an instrument that looks a little bit more. It's okay because it's, this stuff is different and that's cool, but it's not going to look good pink. Like, it just looks really hokey. So yeah, I'm going to be basically standing for the good portion of today to try to fix it. So that sucks a little bit. Some sandpaper. It's gonna be okay. I think I'm thinking of like a dark stain, like not too dark, but something. So, oof. Okay. Well, so we can start right now, I guess. Can you buy different wood stains and cherry oak, pecan, etc. with polyurethane in it? I have polyurethane for the top and stuff, and I have like a natural stain for the top. But I don't know. I guess you could do that. They have like little ones, but I would need like at least 2. Well, this is like rough. We just need to. Oh boy. Oh my God. If you could grab like a trash bag for this corner, Kathy, so I can throw stuff out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta go soon and make babies a mess.
Oh no. What'd you guys do?
They ripped up all the pads so they couldn't get on the top.
You just got pads, right?
Yeah, but we're gonna need more.
Okay, I
I
can get some today. We need more pads. Like, would you say like another box?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have scissors in here?
Somewhere.
I gotta get the hay open.
I keep buying like multiple scissors. Yeah, the farm store was closed yesterday. Really bad. So yeah, because of Labor Day, the farm store was closed. So I couldn't get what they needed yesterday. I mean, you know what? I want to start a petition that Tractor Supply should start supplying hay, because Tractor Supply is like open and they wouldn't supply hay, and that made me so mad.
The last time the hay was wet, I was frustrated.
I can't buy their mulchy weird hay, but like they're good for an emergency. Tractor Supply is. And to me, I can't use their hay. Tractor Supply doesn't sell hay. They only sell these like bags of like mulchy hay. I don't know what they call it. It's like chopped hay. And they don't like that. They won't eat that stuff. No animal wants chopped hay. I mean, Like, to me, it's like, if you come, there's a lot of times where people end up in an emergency situation with their horse or their animal and they don't have hay. Oh, you're supposed to like not get it at Tractor Supply. Like, the whole point of Tractor Supply is farm stuff. Yeah, thank you. We'll see. I'll check into getting the cherry one. But I have this. Wait, I'm gonna try to show you what I have in mind. So hold on. I have here's some. Either walnut, I'm thinking walnut, or Shedua, Shedua, Shedua. I think that's how you say it, Shedua. Shedua seems good because it picks up on the image good and stuff. Thank you. Yeah, red oak, that's one option. I don't really like the red. Like, I really don't like red. And then there's also Jacobine, or dark walnut. So those are some ideas that I have. And it just would be for the sides and these little pieces here. So yeah. This is mint smelly. And I knew it when I bought it. And I thought, well, it's less money. It will be fine. Whew. You're making me have a anxiety. Holy cow. Jesus. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing like a dark walnut or something. I don't know. I've changed my mind, and I really, really wanted this to be a project that would make it stand out and be fun and indicative of me as a person, like my personality. But sometimes you realize there's a point at which you go too far, and that would be this project. So just having the images of the fairies and stuff like that, that's enough. I don't really need to have pink and stuff like that. It just doesn't look good. Ugh. The question is would the wall to, if like, basically the question is the red, what did it to me was that wood color on the top, and would that be enough? Could the wood burning be enough to sustain the walnut as a theme throughout the project, to where it would go, and you wouldn't look at it and try to be like, oh, I can see where you were going with that. It looks okay. I want it to be like, oh, that's perfect. It was supposed to be that way, and I think with the image being a darker brown that I would burn, it might carry it. It might be enough to carry it. And then with these on the top being darker. However, the red just looks... I wonder if there's a way that I could do something with that red stain. I mean, with a stain on the top on the red, where you could see the image coming through well, and kind of tone down the red because like I really don't like that color. I don't know what that kind of wood is, but I don't like it. But the reason why they put it up there is for the sound. You have a choice as a dulcimer maker whether to put that kind of wood in the front or the back. And my other dulcimer, they put it in the back. And for shame, this one they put it in the front and it looks terrible. So, so it's a bummer. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Well, anyways, walnut is dark, so you would want a light stain on top to show off the wood burning. Yeah, I will. But this will be dark. Like these will be dark. A dark stain for these. And there'll be a dark all around and then the back. And the top will be just a natural polyurethane to show that, you know, I'm new to this completely, so, well, you guys know that, but, so, did they get their hay yet?
Almost. Working on it. They needed water first.
I gave them water.
I know.
I gave
they
them.
all pooped in it.
I gave them water at like 3.
Yeah, they all pooped.
They made quick work of that.
He knocked his over, both of them.
Okay.
Wild creatures have fun.
Oh my god. Well, they still have their water feeders. The only reason I got the bowls was because convenience at the time. They needed new bowls anyway. And then I was like, I only have one more day before she comes back. I was struggling. I really had a hard time with your absence. Not gonna lie.
Good to know I needed that.
I was like, well, what do I do now? I mean, I really was good about it. Like, I was like, I'm throwing everything away where it goes. And then all of a sudden, I forgot. I got really stressed out, and I forgot that I had a whole bunch of friends coming over. It's like, oh, I'm like, well, I had 2 friends coming over. To me, that's a whole bunch. And we're a quiet crowd. We're a good crowd. And then all of a sudden, we had like this massive sleepover. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, and then I had a dog who wants to eat all the little. And I was like, oh, do you know what she did to Olivia's bed? Her brand new bed, she chewed a big hole in the middle of it.
Oh.
I was so mad. But I sat there and I sewed it back together. I'm multi-talented. And you can't tell, nor can Olivia tell. Hey, how was her walking when you took her out this morning?
She had loose stools.
Okay. But was her walking okay?
Yeah.
Did she eat this morning?
She did.
Okay. Like, do you notice, can you just notice her hind end? I think she just got overtired playing with Aura, so she's been a little laggy in the hind end. I'm not going to use her for mobility today at all, and I may actually leave her behind. So, well, the doctor likes to see her because she brightens his day, so she'll go in, but she's not going to do mobility. So, anyways, yeah, Olivia's got sore muscles. So every day I'm going to be doing range of motion and stuff with her to see if I can extend her flexibility. I think what happened is that Aura is just a very intense dog. Like, she is high drive, and where she lives, she gets to play outside constant. And Olivia is a couch potato. Like, Olivia is not, she's not fast. She's like sluggish and kind of good for me because I'm not very energetic because of my health issues. And Olivia likes to just kind of do her thing and like whatever. So I think she got sore. So from just like constant playing and constant. Did I tell you I went to the water country? Water country, have some fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun at water country. You know, I went with I tried to tape it, but I couldn't, and I was, you know, I really needed to go. Yeah, it seemed a little rougher. Yeah, she is very high drive, which is good for Ari because like Ariana is very high drive herself. Like she does a lot of stuff, and she's like, you know, and she also has the land for a dog that's like that. So it works out. She may not think she's high drive, but I think that, you know, compared to me, she is. I don't know, because I can't keep up half the time. You know, having all that. So I guess they were playing a lot together, and I think it was just that Olivia just was not able to keep up as much because she's a very sedate, laid back. It's always been that case since she was a puppy with Aura, like since the day she came home and met, since the day that home, I mean, since the day that they met, it was like, wow, this Aura is like super high drive, like compared to Olivia. So yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, they live in like the countryside and stuff like that, and so they're like, you know, but Olivia's like, whatever, let's go get some donuts. Yeah, they're the same age about, yes. I would say they're almost exactly the same age. And it's weird because they just couldn't be more different personality types. And it's funny because they get along really well, which is nice because she needs exercise. She needs to be told, hey, like, let's go hang out. Let's do that. Like the dog, she needs more, you know, oomph. I don't know. It's nice to be able to, I mean, she's so happy when Aura gets here, and but she is definitely a different kind of dog altogether. Well, this sucks really bad. I hope this comes out looking good. I can't believe that it went from like pink to now brown. Like, how did that happen? Oh well. Yeah, so it's so weird to see like dogs have such different personalities. Like, I don't know, like my little Westie, when I had a Westie, she was just such a different dog than Olivia. Like, my Westie loved when you talk to her like in a baby talk voice and stuff. While Olivia feels like insulted by it. Like, if you talk to you and I, because we get the big ones, the Mastiffs, the couch potatoes, the Mastiffs, or yeah, I mean, different strokes for different folks. I think because, you know, of my disabilities, I definitely cannot. I would never be able to do a high drive breed. It's a recipe. It really does matter, like, what kind of dog you choose based on your personality type and based on what you can do. So, like, I know that I don't do. Yeah, me too. I know that I don't really do very well with certain breeds. It's just like so weird. I mean, because I also, yeah, like there's certain breeds I just don't do well with. And I'm not going to say it because I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but I've had, you know, being in the field that I was in, like I would have experiences with certain breeds. Well, hell, maybe I should say what breeds. I don't do well with Springer Spaniels at all. They're very easily upset, and you know, they don't listen to you. They just like, you know, the ones that I work with don't listen, and they would just like lay down on the table if you ask them to not do something or to do something. They would just like lay down, and then they would refuse to move, and I would call it a puppy puddle. Like they would melt into a puppy puddle. It's like, oh, I just asked you to please stand up, and then the dog would like get really upset, and like their feeling would get like hurt easily, and then they would just like look at me and get really angry and stuff. Like I just felt like the Spaniels were like really sensitive and just like not good for me, because they would constantly be like, no, I'm not moving. But I'm not saying all of them are like that. I'm just saying the ones that I've worked with, a lot of them were like this. High wire dogs. Yeah, and they were also very irritable, and like some of them were good, but like a lot of them were irritable. The Spaniels. I don't know. I have to say honestly, I'm not a fan of you know, I'm not a fan of pit bulls, and I'm not a fan of shepherds. If I see somebody else who has them, I appreciate them, and I think that's a nice dog. But because I had a bad experience with both of those breeds, I have a really hard time myself. If I had a choice to pick one, I probably would just not bring it home. Unless it was on like a euthanasia list and I was the only thing that would come in between it getting saved, I would leave it there. You know, if it was basically like, okay, I'm the only one who could save it, I would take it home, and I would keep it, because, you know, they're good dogs, some of them, but like I would only take one out of necessity. That's the way I feel about it, because I mean, I have seen good pit bulls before and stuff, and I admire other people but who can do that, but especially because where I live and with housing stuff, like it's really a difficulty, because like a lot of times they're like, no, you can't have this dog, and you know, because it's a, you know, and the neighbors, you think that even if your landlord's on point with something, does not mean that the neighbors are going to be on point with it. Or like, because like when I had a dog that kind of looked like a shepherd but wasn't fully a shepherd, he was like a shepherd cross, like everybody was so hostile to me. Oh my God, Cass, we think alike. I think those breeds are beautiful, but left for someone else to own. Like, had German Shepherd for 14 years, that was enough. They're really nice dogs, but my life was saved by a Shepherd Wolf mix that my mom had. And, you know, like it's heartbreaking, because if you don't own your own property or your own house, and you're not like super stable financially, solvent, do not bring one of these dogs home, because you're not doing it a favor. Per se. I don't understand why people breed these dogs. I can't understand why they do that. Unless it's for like protection work or like army or for police. I don't understand why people would be so inconsiderate, because like these kind of dogs are, you know, they really struggle because they get put down and euthanized so many times, and it's like so wrong, you know, that people breed them. And it's like, even I look at, literally, I do know some people in the service dog community said, okay, shepherds are part of like the they called, somebody added, okay, there's this list called the Fab Four, and it's like basically people, like a list of the 4 breeds that are good for service dog work. So like Shepherd mix, like I did not know he was these people brought him to me and told me that he would be a good service dog and that they had people looking at him and all this crap. I thought, okay, great. But he ended up coming from like an oops litter, and he ended up having a lot of problems. And oh my God, I was so upset. Like, it was such a bad situation. The way that it was like kind of pitched to me that he would be such a good dog for service dog work, and then when he started to go south or not be good, I felt that they were like they made me sign a contract saying, okay, if you had any problems with him, like, let us know. Wow. Yeah, I think, they're really you can tell when a dog is like unpredictable. Like, there's usually signs, and that's all I'm going to say there. I mean, like, some people are like, there's usually signs, and but the owners don't want to believe it, and blah blah blah. It's like there's usually signs your dog's unpredictable, and usually there'll be a precursor to like an event or something. I do know that. I can tell you what it's like to own an unpredictable dog, and it's scary as hell. It's like you constantly have to pay attention to where their mouth is in conjunction with other people at all times. And, consider muzzle training and basket muzzle training and crap. Why do people keep calling me? I can't stand people. Hello? Can't believe it. Why are you bothering me? Anyways. Attacked 3 other people. He was forced to be put down. See, it's just the problem is the owners a lot of times, in my opinion, is that I don't like when people are not willing to admit that their dog is dangerous. That pisses me off, and it scares me, frankly. I feel very scared when you have somebody who is not willing to admit to a situation that is there, and they're willing to basically act as if it's fine, and what they're doing is they're putting their dog at risk for euthanize because they don't want to admit they have a dangerous dog and take the precautions for that. It's okay to muzzle a dog. There's nothing mean about it. And it doesn't really even solve the problem completely, because not all muzzles can protect against bites. But, like, there's like support groups out there on Facebook for people who have this circumstance. Olivia, did you fart? It's gross. Like, I joined one called Muzzle Up Pup that taught me how to help my washout service dog, even though he's not my dog anymore. But, what pisses me off is when people are like, what? Aw. I don't like when people are like, hey, it's fine. And like, they just keep going with whatever they're doing and it's dangerous. Like, that makes me mad. Yeah, at the moment I'm trying to figure out if I bought a mastiff or a shark. Baby shark, baby shark. Yeah. When Olivia came, she was always chewing everything. I mean, she ate so many of my eyeglasses got chewed and eaten from her. Like, she ate all my eyeglasses. And I remember that, and I was like, I thought that she was always going to be like this, and I had a lot of confidence issues with my own training abilities because of the fact that I had been through a lot with the previous dog. And I don't know. I'm just really grateful because, like, I'm really glad I didn't listen to the other service dog people in the community because they were stupid. And they would look at normal developmental milestones for a puppy, like teething, and they would tell you, like, if this dog, bites, then you wash it out and stuff like that. And I'm like, listening to this, and I'm thinking to myself, like, the dog is teething. She's grabbing pieces of paper, chewing, and then she would chew my fingers. And I thought she was aggressive. I was like, and her little teeth, would teach her, like, ow, that hurts. And then she would look at me and she would feel sorry. And then she wouldn't do that again. But, don't listen to the community always, because, like, sometimes, it's in the context of the situation. I don't know her. Oh, it's in the context of the situation. Olivia farted. It's not me. If a dog is teething and is biting, not out of anger, but out of, like, literally teething, that's not a reason to wash a dog out for service dog work. If a puppy is aggressive, that is something you need to consider. But if you just have a dog who's, like, playing and they don't know their boundaries yet and stuff, that's no reason to wash it out until it gets to. They learn. My other mastiff would carry around a fire log and its teeth on that. Oh my god. Yeah, they do learn. It's funny. Yeah, like, teething is natural and normal. Like, and when you're teething for a dog, they don't have fingers where they can just pick out the old teeth that don't belong there. They have to chew them out. So they chew until those teeth fall out. And then new teeth are coming through, and they have to teeth, and they have to let those things come in. So, just saying. Okay, this one's almost done. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh.
How's my vicious hoodlum doing? What are you up to, vicious hoodlum? Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boys, she'll chew you up. Whoa, here she comes. She's a man-eater. She only comes out at night.
No. Gambit's a vicious hoodlum.
Are you going to get another dog? Me? Eventually, not right now. I do not have a need for another dog right now. I want to get one of those French bulldogs at some point, but they're expensive and stuff, so probably won't get one. I'm not really looking forward to getting another dog, to be honest, because it's really hard in this area to get another dog, and I'm definitely not in the market for one, because of the fact that I have a lot of animals right now that I'm taking care of, and in my opinion. And yeah, I just feel like, I need to basically, I have a lot of seniors right now. So and all right, I'll see you. Oh no, it's so much better. Thank you. I can take a shower now. Oh, so much better. Holy cow. Ugh. Oh, what age am I gonna? Oh, she's only about like 3 or 4, I would say. I think she's about 3. Yeah, she's 3 right now. I'm gonna retire her probably around. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna wait to see what works for her. So probably around 7 or 8, maybe. But it depends on her and where she's at. More than anything. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, like, type deal. Like, you never know. Like, she's got a bone. Watch this. I don't know what the future holds for us. It is nice to have a big dog for me, for mobility reasons. So, if I like basically, I felt like I got really lucky with her, and I'm going to keep my eye out. Once she starts getting close to that age, I'm going to start keeping my eye out, because I need a very specific size dog and very specific things. I really am not going to sit here and tell y'all that I'm going with a breeder. I have a friend who's going to help me get another dog, probably, where we might go to Ohio to get the dog, because there's actually a shortage in this area of dogs. The lists for breeders are very long and the prices are extremely high, but in Ohio, they're not as high. So I am maybe going to come back with a standard poodle or something, that, she got two Newfoundlands from Ohio. And I think Newfoundlands are a very good dog for me, actually, because they're big and they're, really mild-mannered. However, I have to, like, weigh the pros and the cons, because, like, they don't live that long and stuff. So my next dog, I would like to maybe get a collie. That's possibly what I would like. But if I am at the size I am now, I think my dream dog would be a collie at this point, because I think they're really beautiful dogs and they're on the Fab 4. So a dream dog for me would be a collie, to be honest. They're just such smart looking dogs, very, very beautiful and kind of unique. So I would like to have a collie next, if I could. But I'm not picky, because, the next one might be a rescue, just as Olivia was. I know a lot of people don't think that, you should get a service dog that's a rescue, because you don't know the history. But I just disagree, because, I'm on a budget, and that's, I've had Olivia work better for me than I've seen purebreds work for other people straight from a breeder. So the way I look at it is, like, to each their own or something. Your boxer will be 7 in January. Yeah, she's 3 years old. So Olivia's 3, so I don't really, I don't think she's, like, anytime, it's weird, because I see a lot of people in the service dog community, stressing out about when their dog's going to retire, like, right after they get it. It's like, But now I'm like that because I'm like, because you find something helping you or helpful, and you're like, oh, what's gonna happen when this ride is over? Um, I don't know, because some people are like, oh, like, I do know, like, taking a census as to what. But my Mastiff is 3 and I have the Mastiff puppy. Yeah, I mean, you can, some people like to do that because, they'll train, the second dog, or they'll have the first dog help them. But where I am financially and stuff like that, I think this is just a better choice, is to probably just, it's just convenience factor. I mean, if I had to, I could do it, but it would be kind of like me. I just don't have the finances to be buying, purebred right now. Do you know what I mean? And, I just feel full. You know what I mean? I feel like I have what I need. And if she does retire, oh, your boxer is medical alert, your Mastiff is mobility. That's helpful. No, if I own my own house, I actually don't even think I would. Because, like, where I'm at, in my health and stuff, I feel like my plate's kind of full. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, my home is full, so I don't really feel, like I am in a place to, she helps me all I need, so I just think that it would be hard for me to provide. I just feel a little bit, not overwhelmed, but I feel like I would be overwhelmed if I took one, like another. But if I did end up, I would make it work and it would be fine. It's just a matter of, right now, I just don't really, I just don't like working a tandem team. Like, I have my own limitations. Like, working 2 at one time is hard for me. I like to just focus on one at a time. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm being honest. First of all, are shepherds good service dogs? Yes. Am I good with, am I the kind of handler that does well with a shepherd? No. No. It depends. There's unicorns in every breed, but I really feel like it's not for me. Is working a tandem team helpful for some people? Yes, but for me, it's not, because I get overwhelmed and I have a hard time focusing as it is. And when I get overwhelmed, I dissociate. So I don't ever want to work a tandem team, ever. Have I done it before? Yes. And have I done it successfully? Yes, I have. Like, when Bodhi's with us, I will oftentimes, okay, let's just talk about it. At one point, I did not have the confidence to work. Do I have the confidence to work with a shepherd? Yes. Like, when Pat comes to visit me, we switch dogs. I'll be like, hey, can I switch dogs with you? Because I know that I have more control over him and I know what to look for than Pat does. So I know that he's loosey-goosey, like, dad lets him get away with everything type deal. But I will make sure that I pay attention to every part of that dog when I'm walking him and making sure he's in a good tight heel. And, I know that dog and I know what he can do and I know what I can do. And I know that, basically when we go to the park, the dog likes to chase bicycles and try to bite people in the seat of the pant. And I know that about him. So the minute I see a bicycle coming, I put him on a leash. And if I could put him on a leash and keep him on a leash and never have him off leash, that's the way it would be. I don't want to keep like a tight leash on him, but you really cannot tell with him, because one day he would be fine with bicycles and the next day he will try to bite the person riding the bicycle. And, and I'm just like, literally like, hey, this is bad. And he's like, no, he's fine. Why do you have him on a leash? I said, because there's a child riding a bicycle really fast down here. And he's like, no, just let him off the leash. He needs to be able to play. And I'm like, no, like, you don't know your dog. You don't know your dog. And I'm not, I'll give you an example of something that happened with Bodhi, where Grandpa Pat tried to convince me that I was all up in my head about things. He accused me of Munchausen's by Doggy. I'm so mad at him. He had given Bodhi some edibles, and it was a hemp store told him, oh, this is great products, blah blah blah, it will calm your dog down, your dog will whatever. So he gave him that, and the day we got Gambit, we were going down, and he was panting. He was going like that, and I was like, this dog, I'm like, something's wrong with him. Like, he's having a nervous breakdown. I'm like, and it was stressing me out, and I was petting him, and I was trying to get him to calm down. And I'm like, buddy, it's okay, you know, like, are you okay? And I said, this is not right. I've never seen anything like this before. And, you know, Pat, what's happening with him? Do you know, like, did he get into something at home? Or, no, he's fine. And I'm like, no, like, something's wrong with this dog. Like, this is not, he's not okay. I think we ought to call the vet. And I was like, you know, maybe he ingested some poisonous thing or something. Like, something's really bad. And oh, that's helpful. And I was breaking my heart. I was so worried, and Pat was getting more and more irritable with me. So we were driving down the road, and he was getting more and more whiny and just like pacing and just like swaying and very uncomfortable. Like, you could tell he was having the dog was having a nervous break. Bodhi was having a nervous breakdown. I said, okay, you need to like pull the car over, because, you know, I think he needs to use the bathroom. And that's when he decided to pull over on the side of the highway and screaming at me and saying that I have Munchausen's by Doggy, that I think every dog is sick when they're not. And like, I get really pissed off because Pat ignores symptoms when an animal's not feeling well, stuff like that. So I'm not like that. Like, if an animal's not feeling well, it goes to the vet. Like, it really upsets me if like an animal that I have in my care isn't feeling well. Like, he waits to the last second, and then the problem becomes an emergency, and it becomes this big deal. So I knew something was wrong. I said, no, my dog, I know something's wrong here. Well, he's not really my dog, but said, okay, you know, this is really bad. So we ended up bringing him, like I said, you know, let's pull over at the closest town, because he had to take a poo and a pee, which is a sign of he fed him hemp stuff with CBD stuff in it. I don't know if it had real marijuana or something in it. I don't know if they accidentally didn't prepare it properly, but the dog was having an emergency. He was having a bad trip. Like, he was literally having a nervous breakdown. And it was the most scariest thing I have ever seen happen to that dog. And it was heartbreaking. It really was really hard to see. And I was like, I mean, like, listen, I joked about it previous, but it wasn't funny. It was really upsetting. Do not feed your dog these edible things that they have. Do not take these edible things they have. You never know how you're going to react, or your dog's going to react. You don't know what's in them, and it's very dangerous. So literally, we pulled over, and there was like a fire station nearby, and on the way, and he started pooing and peeing. He started calming down. It was dangerous. He was like he was pacing. He was like, like he was like freaking out, and then he would keep bumping me in the head, like help me, you know, like that whole, like he was in fear. And like you could, you know, for anybody who's had any kind of anxiety, you know what that feels like. And it's like, and like inside myself, my heart was breaking for this dog, like because I couldn't take his, you know, anxiety away. I couldn't save him from whatever was happening. And I was getting scared that he had been poisoned somehow. So I said, let's bring him to the vet. Because I was like, let's bring him to the vet. And he started yelling at me, and he's like, you have Munchausen's by doggy. You think every dog's sick when they're not. A year later, he finally came clean to me and said that he had fed him these edible kind of dog things, like that he sprinkled on his food, that he got from like an all natural hemp kind of. They told him to use this for his dog, you know, that it would help him relax. But it made him a basket case, and he literally had the worst trip you could ever see a dog have. I don't know if in his mind the dog catcher was coming or something crazy, but it was so bad and heartbreaking. I mean, I finally, we got home, and I mean, it just had to wear off. I mean, literally lasted all day. Can you imagine an anxiety attack lasting all day long? This dog must have been in the sheer terror. And, you know, if I was a vet, I would have been giving him some sort of sedative to get through it, because it was awful. It was awful. I don't recommend that at all. I don't think that anybody should ever do this for their dog, because I know the poor guy. And we were just trying to help him because the vet put him on Prozac, and he had the same reaction to Prozac. Because, okay, I know I used to think people who put their animals on Prozac were stupid, but until you meet this dog, you'll understand. Like, you know, some dogs really do have mental health issues, and Bodhi's one of them. And he is such a loving and amazing dog, but he is so insecure. Like, you'll sit in the car and he'll be like booping you in the back of the head to get your attention, and he's just panting all the time out of anxiety. And, you know, you're constantly trying to cajole him and make him happy and telling him it's going to be okay. And like, it's fine, buddy. You're okay. Good boy. You know, you try to let him know everything's good. But he's not a calm dog. He'll never be a calm dog. He has a thyroid condition, and it's just so sad. Like, it just breaks my heart. Like, you know, because like, as somebody who has problems, I know how uncomfortable he must feel. Like, and when I got Olivia, it was so easy. I was like, my God, this is so easy. I mean, I couldn't believe how easy it was to train her, and I could bring her places and not stress about it. She would just do what she's supposed to do. And it was like, oh my God, you know, well, after me showing her a few times. But with him, you know, when I was training him, it was like he would not listen. He would try to like take a bite out of somebody's like pants. And I had to stop bringing him out because it was like not safe. I'm like, what's going on with this dog? I've given him nothing but happy life. Well, turns out it was a thyroid condition, and he needed Prozac and thyroid medication. And I love him so much. Like, I mean, I literally think about his future. Like, you know, you would think about a child's future who has disabilities. And I think about like, oh, like what could I do in the future for him if ever anything happened? Like, it worries me. I'm stressed about, you know, and literally he has so many health issues and like skeletal issues, like with his hips. That's the other thing about the shepherds. He's a shepherd mix, but it ticks all the boxes of a shepherd, like that has health issues, like the worst. like hip dysplasia so bad, these subluxing luxating patellas or something. This is like ridiculous. Like every single problem this dog could have ended up with to make him a medical wash, not just a behavioral one. And the other thought was maybe, because of him being in pain, but I can't say. I mean, like if there's a shepherd that's a well-bred shepherd, it would probably be different. I love him so much, man. Like it breaks my heart that he doesn't live with me. If anybody wants to know what happened, basically, well, the neighbors were complaining, and he's not he's not, but sometimes we talk about it, basically one day, like, I had people at my door telling me he couldn't stay here anymore in the building, and so it was really bad. I didn't have time to plan things the way I was trying to find like a cottage. I was trying to figure out what to do to like basically keep them, and like I didn't want to leave my home because I like it here. This was a long time ago this happened. It was like 5 years ago or something, or 4 years ago or something. I don't know. 4 years ago. However old Bodhi is. About ish. And I was like, oh my God. So yeah, it was bad. And I remember Pat was really mad at me, and I had no choice though. Like he didn't understand. I wouldn't have a home. I would be homeless. Like what am I supposed to just like grab my things and leave? It was bad. Ugh, like so there is situations like that I totally understand if people end up in, but because people end up in bad situations. But the stuff that gets me in the service dog community is people who just like, there was like somebody who got me upset because they gave up their washout service dog and just gave it away. And it was a good home and stuff, and she is a good person and everything. But I think that there's like a lot of people who just make these like decisions like that really impact the animals in a way. And then, had all these excuses as to why they needed to get rid of it, just out of like convenience stuff, obviously. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, well, all of a sudden they're getting a new dog on top of the one they have. So to me, that's, I've seen a lot of, you have pets for life. I try to do that. I try everything to do that. I think everybody should do their best to do that. Even it's a service dog, they serve you well, you should serve them well in their old age. That's my opinion on that. I don't know. I mean, it is, people try to say to me, like, hey, when are you going to get another dog or another prospect? I had Trina ask me that because Olivia is fully trained now and stuff. But she's like, are you ready for another dog? Like, she's asked me that. So I do have an option to be ready for another dog. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm not ready. So, I'm not. I just like the way it is. I mean, I see these other people in the service dog community and they get all these other dogs all the time. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, it works for them, I guess. But I just want to devote my time to her. Your small seniors, one blind, one deaf. I do have to say, one thing that bothers me about my service dog is the fact that she's not very cuddly to me. And, you know, I've had somebody hating on me in my other channel saying, like, she doesn't love me. And that's not the case. She really loves me. But she is not all about me at all. She's into her own contentment. And we live harmoniously together. But she's not like, you know, the way my Westie was, where my Westie would come and want all sorts of attention. And she's very confident, and she doesn't really, she's not overly confident, but she doesn't need me the way that, you know, my other dogs need me. She doesn't need anybody. And I talked to Pat about my feelings about this, and he said, well, Cassie, she would not be able to do what she does if she was like Bodhi, or if she was like Casey was. Well, she's confident dog, nothing's wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. I just, sometimes I want a cuddle dog. I want a dog that's like really cuddly, who's like, you know, gonna cuddle with me, and who's gonna, you know, but at the same time, you know, like he said, it makes sense. Like, if she was that way, like, you know, if she was that way, then she wouldn't be a service dog, because those other two dogs had a lot of behavioral issues because they were very insecure. They were insecure dogs, and she's very secure, and she wants to please and she wants to help me. She's just not insecure, and she's very secure with herself. So I kind of I also fed into that because I mean, like, to pass the CGC, she could not have separation anxiety. So I really worked on that from a young age with her. And, you know, I guess that's just the way they have to be to, you know, some of them have to be to do their job. I mean, even all the ones that have made it as service dogs that I've seen at the program, all of them have, you know, they're self-assured. They're, you know, they like the cuddles to some degree, but they're not really super cuddly. You know, they're the ones that make it seem to tend to be like, you know, they enjoy the cuddles, but they're not like super insecure. They're not like super, oh my God, like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, but like sometimes I mean, like, literally, she just doesn't, I don't know. She doesn't need me to survive, okay? This dog's got it. And when I talk to her like baby talk, she hates that. Like, whereas with those other dogs, they love it. You know, the ones that were insecure, or the ones I've had previous, is, and they're like, what? Like, with her, she just kind of doesn't like it or respond the same way. Oh, Olivia, hi, sweetie. You baby. Hey, baby. She's such a cute baby. Oh, the little babykins. Hi. See, she doesn't like it. She won't like respond to it. She's like, oh, brother. And she just keeps doing what she's doing. Whereas, like, my Westie would be like, ah, she loves me. You know, like, but with Olivia, she thinks that's ridiculous. Why are you talking down to me? Like, whatever. You really think my dogs know when I need or want more attention from them? Yeah, so Olivia does too. It doesn't mean that she's gonna respond to it. Sorry. I could get shaded for this so bad. Whatever, you know. You take what you can get, guys, in life sometimes, you know. Like, you know, she helps me get around, and it's like, there you go. That's what you get, you know. She's not gonna I mean, would the next one be more cuddly? I don't know. Probably have its own quirks. Ugh. I wish that I had that sort of. Exactly. They still love us. Yeah. It's like, I have seen some people and they're like, oh my God, I really love this dog and blah, blah, such a great fill in the blank. And I feel really grateful that I have the dog I have because like, we go out and she's so well behaved and it's like people are always saying, hey, how well behaved she is. And moreover, I know she's well behaved and like I appreciate that because it's like, I don't know, it's so much better. I could talk about my dog a lot. My experience of getting a dog from a shelter, a dog shelter, whatever, pet shelter, was awful. So bad. And in this area, people are very particular about who they adopt to, and it sucks. It's so bad. And I am a really good home, but like basically what happens is that they want to speak to your landlord. And even if you have permission from your landlord or even a note from your landlord, it's never good enough. And so, you're competing against homeowners oftentimes. And like you go in and you need a service dog. So maybe, it's not the best way to do it to adopt, to have a service dog, but whatever. I was on a budget. So you go in and you're competing against these people. And, it sucks because they are right there. They've owned their home and they can go ahead and they can say, hey, I own my own home. Yeah, we can have a dog, and they have proof that, they live where they live. So it's really hard for somebody who doesn't own their own home to adopt from these shelters. And, somebody like me who does not have a child who's almost 40 years old should easily be able to adopt the dog. But if they find out you have a disability, they discriminate against you. And they become very ableist because they think, that somehow I would be a less of a good pet parent or whatever. But a lot of times they don't want the dog to be a service dog and whatever, because a lot of service dog people get rid of their dogs if it doesn't work out, and they don't understand. So they don't understand that the dog will have a good life and that the dog's life is not going to be like, all working. They actually do play a lot of times. They do have phone time with their treats and stuff. What you doing? Do you have a really good yummy treat there? Hey, Olivia. I was thinking of getting something from the fridge. Okay, I'm just letting you know. I try to talk to her like she's a regular person that she doesn't like to be talked down to. She's really bright. She's bright. She's smart, that one. Just doesn't like to be talked down to. I try not to talk down to her because she feels that I'm being condescending. Like she really does. Like she looks at me like what the hell? Like you have to talk to her. You have to talk to her like you would talk to a friend who just is your roommate. Like, hey, I'm going to use the bathroom now. I say I'm going. She knows what hurry means. Olivia, I'm going hurry. Say, Olivia, I'm going hurry. I'm gonna go hurry. I might have to go to the bathroom. I might go hurry in the bathroom there. How's your treat going? How's it going? What a pretty baby. She begins to ignore you when you talk in baby talk. She hates it. oh, she's like, why? Why does he talk to me like I'm stupid? So once you like learn about, I mean, it's really like, you know what she kind of reminds me of? You know, Family Guy, Brian from Family Guy. She kind of reminds me of him, like when Peter said stuff that, like, he's like, that's demeaning, Peter, and stuff like that. And like, I feel like that's this dog. Like, she's like, that's demeaning. She's like, I don't want. You know, I feel like she's kind of, I don't know. So I'm gonna have to be doing this for a while, and that kind of sucks. Well, stuck doing it. You should like the crazy aunt that comes to visit. So Olivia says, hell no. Oh my god, I wish Family Guy would like make Olivia into a character that Brian dates. That'd be so funny. She's a service dog for a crazy lady. That would be a funny episode. And then she acts all like, well, I have to do this, like all proper everywhere, and Brian's like, oh, come on, and he's trying to get her to do all this like illegal stuff. Because you know how Brian does like stuff, and like, well, he tries to like, yeah, and then she'd be like, no, I can't do that because my person might need me. I have work tomorrow. It's just like, that'd be so funny. Like, no, I can't. I have work tomorrow. Oh, come on. Doesn't she ever let you unwind? Oh, that would be really funny. I think that the whole service dog community would go after Family Guy if they did something like that, but it would still be funny. But anyway. Well, I think I'm gonna go. I have a lot of this to do. This one is mostly all done again, and there's still some in the groove, but oh hell no. Well, Lashana Tova, Doris, and I will talk to you guys all later. Olivia says goodbye. Peace be well. Bye.